Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial number 2. In this tutorial we are gonna be creating this bench from two Toby's practice models. This is a multi-body part which consists of 4 parts: upper bench, lower bench, main bar and armrests. All of this has different materials. Once we are finished with the modeling as a multi-body part, we will assign the different materials to each of the bodies and then calculate the mass. The answer is given for us as 1038.83 pounds for us to verify after we are finished. The units are in IPS. Okay, let's create a game plan. From this view, we can see there are a lot of dimensions right here. We can use these dimensions to create the right side profile. First of all, we'll create a plane 48 inches across the right side of the front plane and sketch this profile right here. After that, what we can do is create another plane that goes left from the front plane 48 inches and convert those entities to get this shape. Then what we can do is sketch on the right plane these two arcs on the straight line to connect these two profiles. The sweep profiles will be created. We will use these profiles to extrude these sweeps. We will need to use split entities to get this 8mm depth of the 2-inch solid bar into the 3 inches tube. After that, we can make the benches from the top view and the right view. Yeah, that's it. We have to make these benches clean. We can use cut with surface command to do that. Okay, let's start modeling it. Units are in IPS. Choose IPS, choose the front plane, hold Control and go to the right side. Type in 48 inches. Choose this plan and sketch. Ctrl 8 to go to the right side. Start sketching. Just create an arbitrary sketch. Then assign the dimensions. That's it. Assign some tangential relations. This one is 68 and this one is 12. Okay, let's hide the plane first. This dimension will be 12. This is a radius of 12 inches. The angle goes from this line to that line as 30 degrees. This radius is also 12 inches. From the start of the bend to the origin should be 50 inches. This radius is 3 inches. The straight section is 8 inches. This radius is 6 inches. The end point to the origin is 10 inches. And this angle is 10 degrees. Last but not the least, the horizontal distance from the origin is 15 inches. Our first profile is created. One thing we might as well do in this sketch is add the 2 points for the depth of the 2-inch tube. Now to split entities, first of all let's dimension these points. This one should be 42 inches and this one should be 8 inches. Then we can use split entities to split this line into 3 parts. This will be necessary to do the sweep bosses. Now this point is blue. Take this point, hold Control and take this point, make them coincident. Same with this point. Now exit the sketch. Now we will create another plane that goes left of the front plane 48 inches. Hide this plane, sketch on this plane, select this sketch 1 and convert Exit the sketch. Now we will sketch on the right plane, create an arc and a line. Make sure the arc's radius is 12 inches and it's tangent with this line. Choose the front plane, choose mirror, choose these two entities, right click, and it will be mirrored across the front plane. Okay, we have closed the profile. We have done everything we needed for the sweep bosses. Now choose sweep boss base, choose circular profile, right click selection manager, select these entities. Okay, this will be the 2-inch, so it goes 8mm into the 3mm tube. The radius is okay. First hit OK. The radius will be 2 inches. Right, enter. Let's mirror this body across the front plane. Do not merge solids. Okay. Let's make these two already black to differentiate this tube from the 3mm tube. Now we will create a plane on this point. Select this line and this point with control hold, then S key, choose plane. Thus a plane will be created right at that point and perpendicular to that line. Hide this plane, sketch on that plane, draw two circles of radius 3 inches and should be coincident with the origin. Should be coincident. Another circle of diameter 2 inches. Okay, this profile will be swept along these entities. Choose the boss base, right click selection manager and choose these entities. We cannot choose this one as this is not continuous. That was done as a separate sketch. Okay, we have to make sure that we are going to options and unchecking the merge result. Now let's mirror this body across the front plane as well. Do not merge results. Okay, now sketch on this surface, convert the entities and do the same thing for that top part that connects the two main bar portions right here. Exit the sketch, choose sweep boss base, right click selection manager, choose these entities, right click, done. Now you can see this is a main bar created and connected. Choose the color to be something blue. Alright, now if we isolate this one, we can see that it goes 8mm into that tube. Now it's time for the benches. The benches will be done 80mm down from the top plane. Let's choose the top plane, control, go down and type in 80. Enter, hide this plane, sketch on this plane. Now we will only draw half of the bench and then mirror it to get the cuts mirrored on both sides, so that we don't need to cut on both sides. Choose S key, center rectangle, draw rectangle of length 96mm and width 24 inches. This line should be 4 inches from this edge and the center point should be horizontal with the origin. It's fully defined. Let's extrude it 4 inches to the top and make sure unmerged result is selected. Okay, we forgot to do only half of it. Edit the sketch, draw a line at the center, hold Alt and select this portion. We can select contours in the sketch mode This will make it easy for us to select contours. Choose extrude and extrude this portion 4 inches on merge result. Alright, for the next part we will draw this in the right plane. S key, center rectangle, draw a center rectangle of same 96 and 24, 96 length and 24 inches depth. Make this to vertical, and this should be 18 inches from this bench. It's done. Draw a center line like this, hold alt and extrude it 4 inches on merge result. Now we can create a surface, similar surface as these ones. To do that we need to go to surfaces, click on offset surface and make sure the offset depth is 0 inches. Now a separate surface will be created that is the same as those surfaces right there. We will use these surfaces to cut these two bodies. So choose cut with surface cut parameters should be this surface. The selected body should not be auto selected, but rather we should select these two bodies separately, right click, and we are done. Now if we isolate one of these two benches, we can see that it's a smooth cut that is done with that surface. Exit the isolate, we don't need this surface anymore, let's hide this one. And now we can mirror this part across the front plane, these two bodies. Let's select these two bodies, choose the front plane and mirror. We can merge result and this will be done. Now if we choose isolate, we can see that this part we don't need to do the feature again to get this cut. This was a handy trick. Now let's apply the materials. Oh no, fillets are remaining. There are 2 inches fillet in each of the benches. Alright, the fillets are done. Let's apply the material now. For the benches, the material is ABS, main bar plain carbon steel, and armrest 1060 alloy. Right click, select those two bodies, right click, material, select ABS for the benches, and give it a color, something brownish. This one looks nice. The main bar is of plain carbon steel, right click, material, plain carbon steel. The color will go away, let's give it a color again. And for the armrests, the material is 1060 alloy. Give it a black color. Alright, so I think we are done with the model. Let's check our answer. Let's check our mass. Go to evaluate, check mass properties. The mass is 1038.83 pounds. As per the verification, our answer is correct. And yeah, this was a nice part. The model is kind of complex, done with some complex stuffs, and you have to take into account the correct dimensions like this 1.5. Some dimensions are kind of tricky, you have to get through that in order to get this one correctly done. Alright, see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.